We are going to get into full state of origin mode this morning, right now, in fact. We don't have an intro to it, do we? No. No.
So what are we doing, sorry?
No, sorry,
What
you weren't at the production. You said
No.
you got here at 3 this morning. You woke up at 3 and come to work.
I must have gone.
You must have gone out for a little coffee or something at that time. No, New South Wales State of Origin is just around the corner. Believe me, the discussion will be ramped up. Now, where it triggered in my head, because I don't normally, there are some people, I guess, that from round 1, 2, they say, oh, gee, he could play Origin this year.
Normally we are talking about Origin earlier than this.
Yeah.
Don't you think? And I'm happy not to. The competition takes precedence until now.
I don't think I've mentioned anyone until Sunday afternoon at Magic Round, and I'm calling the Bulldogs and the right side. Stephen Crichton's had his best game for the year.
Yep.
And Carraz on his outside, right wing, has picked up the majority of points in Dally M. And I think I said in commentary, gee, tell you what, that like just you say things live and it just came out. Gee, that wouldn't look bad right edge for New South Wales. And the more I thought about it with who's in, who's out, I had to remind myself of who were, what was the back line last year. Is Carraz a genuine chance at Origin? And I just don't know where Laurie Daly, so we've had change of coach from Maguire to Daly. Does Daly pick up on the incumbency and the selections of Michael Maguire? Because just to refresh your memory, the back line, that amazing game 3 last year for New South Wales, was Edwards fullback.
Amazing game.
The wingers, Brian To'o and Zach Lomax.
One of the best all-time games.
Yes.
It was.
But they're both on the injured list at the moment.
Yeah,
Lomax
true.
and To'o.
Well, yep. There's only 2 rounds. So that Laurie Daly will name his side the Monday or the Sunday night of round 11. Now it's round 10 this weekend.
All right. I'm going to put you under the blowtorch right now. Again,
why do I go under the blowtorch?
Well, because you've been there, done that.
But
you're the expert.
You've got to add your.
No, I will. But I'm going to read you the 17.
You've got to
New
join
South
the conversation.
Wales players, and this is a bit like we'll go
13,
into
32.
This is a bit like political. Who are the safe seats?
Yep.
We'll go in political parlance. Given that we had an
The
election on the
safe
weekend,
seats.
the safe seats from the 17 players who played in that game 3 last year.
Yep.
You tell me, and we will. Like, is Dylan Edwards a safe seat fullback? Safe seat.
In my view, yes.
Yeah, that's what I want your opinion.
In my view,
Edwards
yes.
in. Okay, we'll put Edwards in the side. To'o, if fit,
Yep.
in.
Yep.
Are you hearing it, Penrith? He will. You'll think he might be named today, Teamless Tuesday, or get at least one game in.
Yeah, maybe one game.
Okay.
But we'll see. That could improve.
So
and
if
he might
fit,
get 2 out.
Safe seat.
A safe seat.
Okay, next. Bradman Best.
Oh, wow. Well,
Bradman Best.
let me just.
Yeah.
So, in terms of trying to determine whether someone's a safe seat
That's
or
right.
not,
Who's
you need to
available
know
now.
who is
Yes.
who's a chance.
Yes.
Latrell comes back in.
Latrell, gone.
So Latrell
He's a
played in the Melbourne game.
candidate.
And, yep. Stephen Crichton.
Crichton's a safe seat, isn't he? At right centre? Would Stephen Crichton be a safe seat as one of the centres?
Yes.
Okay, so Crichton. All right, so there's one centre spot up for grabs.
Tom Trbojevic, Bradman Best, and Latrell Mitchell.
And Latrell Mitchell.
So does Zach Lomax or Brian To'o? Okay, if they're not fit, if one of those players aren't fit, you've got Carraz, but you've got Tom.
Okay.
I'm picking Tom on the wing.
So Tom finds a spot in your side no matter what.
No matter what.
Okay. Tom Trbojevic is a safe seat.
Yep.
All right, I'm putting him in. I'm putting him in. Lomax, if fit.
Yep.
Did he do enough in his first year? He did, didn't he?
Absolutely he did.
So Lomax, safe seat. So we're talking, or you are talking, a backline, and Tedesco doesn't get a start. It is Edwards, To'o, Trbojevic, Crichton, Lomax.
Yep.
Okay. Then we get to the halves. The halves last year for game 3 were Luai and Moses. Cleary is now fit. Is Cleary a safe seat for 7?
Were they the halves pairing right throughout the series?
No, Moses wasn't. No,
Wasn't
Moses. Nico Hines game 1. Nico Hines game 1.
Right.
Then Moses come in Melbourne, remember?
Oh, boy.
And had that amazing first half.
Yes.
So is Cleary a safe seat, given that he wasn't there? Cleary comes straight back in.
Cleary's safe.
Okay, so we're putting Cleary in.
So it's down to
who's the
Moses
6?
and Luai.
Luai or Moses. Are either safe seats, or you're going to say still to be decided?
Yes.
They play against each other.
They do.
This week.
Yep.
So it's Moses or Luai, nothing else there. Okay. Then we go to the forward pack. Cameron Murray, we know, is out.
Yes.
Gone for the
Cameron.
season.
So lock in Yo.
Isaiah Yo.
Yeah, at the back of
Safe
the scrum.
seat. He came off the bench in that game last year.
Yes, he did.
So
and he
Yo's
was
a safe seat. The Australian captain.
Because Yo's a safe seat. Without Murray.
Yo, the New South Wales captain? Because are we saying Jake is gone? Jake Trbojevic.
I don't think Jake will make it.
So Yo, the Australian captain.
Yep. Laurie
Daly will respect that and make Yo transfer as New South Wales captain.
Lock.
Back rowers Crichton and Martin.
They were great last year.
Yeah, so
they were great.
Lock them in.
Lock them in.
You'd almost you're going to say safe seats. Martin,
safe seats.
Crichton.
Yep.
So this is a pretty good side, folks.
Payne Haas lock.
Payne Haas is a safe seat.
Yep.
Trbojevic was the other starting front rower in Game 3 last year.
So
Barnett and Lenu came off the bench.
Mm-hmm. And I think you stick with Spencer off the bench.
Spencer on the bench?
Yep. That's Spencer's best spot.
Safe
bench.
seat.
Safe seat on the bench.
Okay.
Yep.
All righty.
No one quite likes
We're getting
Spencer.
down to it. Mitch Barnett. That was his Origin debut Game 3. He'd been part of the squad the whole through, got a start in Game 3.
Yeah.
Now, that's incumbency. That's a stretch, isn't it? So you've just come in for the last game of the series. That doesn't mean you own the spot.
No.
But he was very good.
And he
had
has
a
been
great
good this
year last year. And he's been good again.
He's been good again.
So Barnett, does he make the 17?
I think he makes the 17.
Yeah, safe seat 17.
Yeah.
Probably bench.
Yeah. With Jake not there, there's a spot open for a front rower.
Okay.
So these are the three that I think it comes down to.
Yeah.
Terrell May.
Yep.
Stefano Utoikamanu.
Really, Stefano?
Yep.
Nowhere near it.
Yep. And Jacob Saifidi, who returned last week. Jacob, who has done the job before. And you know which way I go? Jacob. I'd go Jacob Saifidi.
Does May get a spot then on the bench? Or that? Would you have a Lenu, Barnett, May bench? Maybe not.
Well, you've got to have someone like Connor Watson.
Yeah, okay. Well, okay. So
Connor Watson's a lock.
Safe seat.
Safe seat.
Connor
as a
Watson,
14.
Bang.
Yeah.
Bang. Any outside back cover?
You know what we haven't locked in? We haven't locked in the hooker.
No, we haven't.
No.
I'll get there.
Yeah, okay.
I'll get there. Okay, Reece Robson was the starting hooker.
Yep.
Is he a safe seat or is it up for debate?
I think it's worth a chat.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you know, is it Appy? You put Appy in.
Appy come back at 32. Get
Well,
back
why
into the
not?
Origin fold. Okay.
No.
All right. Yeah. Look, I don't disagree with you. Reece Robson not setting the world on fire. Like he's not.
Yeah. No. Yeah.
He had. You know. You want Reece Robson to tell me how.
Yeah. Anyway, I think it's worth a conversation.
Okay.
He might end up winning the role.
So Robson not a safe seat.
No, well, no. It's a
not
conversation.
safe seat. Okay.
You know, the two players that and Hudson Young has been in great form. How do you fit Hudson Young into the side?
Well,
and how do you fit Hamoli Olakawatu into the side?
Okay.
They're two players that.
Well, you're getting me excited about the New South Wales team, I must say, based on that. So Brandy's safe seats.
Mm-hmm.
Dylan Edwards, if fit, Brian To'o, Tom Trbojevic, Stephen Crichton, if fit, Zach Lomax, Nathan Cleary is a safe seat. Are we saying Moses is, or you want to, Moses Luai is still, Moses can't say I'm absolutely safe seat number 6?
Oh, he's close.
He's close.
But
He's not yet.
Because both were so good for New South Wales last year, and you know they've been good in the past as well.
So we'll leave that one open.
Yep.
Yo a safe seat. Liam Martin, Stephen Crichton, Payne Haas.
You know who else probably you should leave in there as an open too? Latrell comes back this week into the south side. It's a tough one.
Yeah. Okay, you just put it out. I thought
it is a tough one.
There's no qualifying sentence to that.
No, there isn't.
Put that out there.
Yeah, I'm just. Yeah, it's ticking over in my mind.
Yeah. But it's certainly not on incumbency that Latrell Mitchell gets picked because he hasn't played a lot of Origin football.
No, he hasn't.
Because of injury and other things. So let's just go back and I'll just refresh your memory on his total State of Origin contribution over the last, say, 3 years.
I would think that he didn't play 21 and then missed 2 years and then played game 2 last year in Melbourne. Was part of that side that destroyed the Queenslanders in Melbourne and did play well. And Tom's had an in and out career of Origin too because of injury, shoulders and. I think Tom got injured during the 23 series and didn't play last year.
Or did he? No, he did. No, not last year. No,
he didn't play last
Adelaide
year.
Was the previous year. Yeah,
that's right.
So Latrell Mitchell has had one Origin in the last
4 years.
Yeah, 4 years.
Yeah.
So that was 2024.
Yeah,
Game
that was
two.
game 2 last year in Melbourne.
Yeah.
Yep.
And that's it. And then before that was the full series in 2021,
where he
a
was
game in 19 and 3 in 18.
Yep.
So it's not like a stellar Origin career.
No.
So you can't have him as a safe seat, but he's just in the mix. So
But
players in the mix.
Yes.
Just to complete this conversation, Brandy's locked in his safe seats.
Yep.
But others that are all going to be in conversations are Mitchell. Bradman Best remains in the conversation, but he's got others because Brandy's got Trebojevic and Crichton ahead in the centres. We have Hudson Young, Ola Kawatu, Jacob Saifiti, Terrell May, Mitch Barnett, but Brandy has Connor Watson and Spencer Leniu safe seats on the bench for New South Wales. I think we've gone pretty close.
Yeah. See, Terrell May, for me, like I'd have someone like Jacob Saifiti in front of Terrell May. Terrell May, he's got a big workload, plays big minutes.
Yep.
A lot of his runs are just runs.
Right.
Not necessarily impact. He goes into the defensive line, but a lot of runs, I wouldn't call them ineffective, but they're just runs.
He did have 8 offloads the previous week.
Yes,
You
yes.
know what I mean? And that was in the Golden Point game where he played 85 minutes.
Yep. I just like the impact of someone like Jacob Saifiti. Big body, and only played a couple of games, but been good in both.
I like my front row to be able to offload. I like that element and hopefully offload
Payne
genuinely,
offloads.
not just drop it off the back.
Payne's an offloader. He has become an offloader this year. You're sneaky, May.
Sorry?
You're sneaky, May.
Oh, well, I think quality of output demands that he get very close. Like I think May's in the squad. Maybe they'll pick, maybe they'll pick 19 or 20, and he'll be in the squad, and that'll be his introduction to the New South Wales team.
It's a good side.
It's a great side.
Yeah, it is a great
Thank you,
side.
Brandy, for your input. Now, you get to have your say. React 0457736736. Are there players outside what Brandy nominated? We'll get your reaction in just a moment here on Breakfast with Vossy and Brandy.
30 seconds.